Hello, race fans. The Odds Couple back at you here in the third floor studio as we kick off the Rockin' Friday card here in just about 46 minutes. Got an exciting weekend left of racing here tomorrow. Our big day, the Jeff Ruby Stakes. A good 12-race card, don't you think?
Big time card tomorrow, good card tonight. A lot of tough races, but I'll tell you what, I look forward to a few of them tomorrow, and I was joking on Twitter today. I love a 10-to-1 shot tomorrow that we'll cover tomorrow, but opening my big mouth, what will the first flash be?
Oh, yeah, it'll be 5-2, 7-2. Yeah, so it's a 12-race card. Now tomorrow we have the normal pick 5 in the first race, but then we're going to have an all-stakes pick 5. And I think there's 3 pick 4s. 2 of those are all-stake pick 4s, right?
6th, 8th, and 9th. Okay. Now, where the second one went, I don't know. But 2 pick 5s, 3 pick 4s, I'll take it, be happy. Those are big-time races, too. I mean, yeah, we like some horses in there, and yeah, a couple of the favorites look strong, but you know, every single, when it was the Spiral, when it was the Beam, now that it's the Ruby, there will be a race or 2 that you scratch your head.
It happens every year.
Every year. There's some $50 or $60 horse every year that it can make your whole day if you can hit the right all button or stab that right long shot.
And I think, what do you think about the Ruby? Are you sold on the 8-5, something like it, Hot Brown? Do you think he stands out in there?
I think there's one horse that has any chance to beat him. If he breaks. If he breaks and gets positioned 3rd, 4th, or 5th on that outside, I think he's the winner unless that Curlin horse just loves the 1 1/8 and comes flying and nails him at the end. Mm-hmm. I don't like the second choice at all.
The Cassie horse?
Yeah, I don't like that horse at all.
He's I think he's just making his 3rd start. He won a 1X off the turf last start, and
that's the big thing. Off the turf, against nothing.
Does have synthetic experience. Broke his maiden short though at Woodbine.
But what a jump in class! Maiden to an off the turf 15 scratch race of nothing into the Ruby against some like it Hot Brown that running a Breeders' Cup. To me, that's going to be an underlay and a pitch. I'm trying to get the Curlin horse for second or the Delacour horse for second, and so that's the way I'm going to play it.
The word out of Tampa, the couple of people I spoke to down there, that horse has been training very well, the Delacour horse.
Delacour is my dad's favorite trainer. Now, you know, my dad's been handicapped for 60 years. It's his favorite trainer. As soon as he saw it, his eyes lit up. He was like, Delacour in the Ruby, here we go.
Perfect, perfect. So that's tomorrow here. Don't forget day racing tomorrow on that 12-race Ruby card. First post is 110. Let's get into tonight's card. Race 1 starts at pick 5. No carryover. That was hit last night. Now, that was a pretty good sequence last night. There was 7,900 carryover. They bet over 76,000 into it. So, I think with the what's going on in racing out west, a lot of people are playing this track, and we're going to see some sizable pools tonight. So this pick 5, I think we can attack it. I think we have, in my opinion, a single in the first. And in the first race, you'll find my best bet tonight. I don't know, is yours in here or is yours later on?
I chose the other one, but these are the 2 that I like. This horse, the same as you, and then the Gale of November later on. So I just flipped a coin between the 2, but those are the 2, to me, the 2 obvious singles of the whole card. Kitten for Granny looks like a complete standout.
Yeah, I agree. It's my best bet. I'm going to single the horse in the pick 5, number 6, Kitten for Granny, to kick things off here. And, just missed last start. He was second behind Burnt Bluff, who came back and won a Open to 5 race the next start. Now, time before was a winner. I think the horse stands out in here. We'll get, I'd like to see a little more pace in here for him to run out, but he don't have to have that much. I think he'll just be a couple lengths off the lead, and Rodney Prescott, good strong stretch rider, has the call. After that, number 7, the Predictor. I'm going to use that one for second, and Bluegrass beat third. I thought it was pretty straightforward. Maybe you can give a little nod to the horse to the inside. He ran a big race last time in that starter, but I'm going 6, 7, 5.
I got the same 3 in the same order. If you don't single Kitten's Granny, to me, the second, third, and fourth races are tough.
Real tough.
So you better have a single somewhere, and I think this is the single. I mean, Corey Orm, I guess, on the Predictor, the 7 could go wire to wire, but I don't think so. I think this horse is going to sit, maybe 4th on the outside and get that typical Turfway winning move, come around them, come down the crown, and head for the wire.
There you go, 6, 7, 5. We're both keying the 6. We're going to single the 6 in our pick 5s here in the opener, and currently the 6 taking all the money right now, 3 to 5 on the tote board. Second race starts the pick 4. Now, I put together a ticket. Now, I mean, I was basically almost all by 6, by like 5, by 5, and I just had to go back and narrow it down. Yeah. I end up singling in the second race just because the budget, I couldn't give out a ticket for $380. So I'm going to single the halfway price horse, the 7 Queen of Corona. I'm not a fan of John McKee, but I do think this is a big rider change from Tormey to McKee. I don't know, you may concur.
I mean, from Here Comes Vinny to John McKee is a big difference, man. It's a big difference. So, yeah, I think the rider change alone has to put that horse on your ticket. And, if you're trying to cut it down and you just got to find another single to then spread like crazy, yeah, I could see single. And I like the 3 a little bit better, but not by much. I mean, the 1, the 3, the 7 are the horses, I think. Yeah, me too. I'm just going to take a stab here and, try to take a shot because I needed coverage later and the budget wouldn't allow me anything. So, I do like the horse you talked about, Bang. That's my second choice. I'm going to take a stand. I think that the race off the layoff ran a good bang-up race, just needs more ground. Would I like further than 6.5? Yeah, but I think it's far enough to get it done. Just for me, I'm going 7-3-2, and the only other horse in the race is the one, Gemstone Linda, coming in from Tampa, drops in class. Did you throw out because he's on the rail?
Well, that's why the 1 and 2 were so far back. That's why I went, and even that's why I went to the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the 1, if you put the 1 in the 7 hole, I think the whole opinion of the race changes.
Well,
right? You got a shipper on the outside with speed, but when you got the rail.
That's exactly why I had to single here, because in the next race, the 2 horses I really kind of liked, they were to the inside, so I threw them off the ticket. And they, on paper, in the 3rd race, number 2, Niffler for Billy Conley. Looks like the horse on paper. The numbers are okay. Yep. Ran okay first out. It's one of those second start horses we like. The horse All in All, who was second, came back in a straight maiden yesterday, albeit not a really tough straight maiden, but did run a bang-up race. But I didn't like the inside. So in race 3, I'm going to the outside with my horses, and two of the 3 I'm using are long shots. In fact, my top pick in the 3rd race is a 10-to-1 shot newcomer from the fairgrounds, and I'm using that.
My long shot of the night.
This is your long shot play? Oh, well, I'm glad to see we're on the same page.
Yeah, exactly. There goes our price again.
Yeah, so the 7, Jimmy's Lifestyle. It's a Wesley Lord Firster. Debuts for $7,500. I don't know. Is Wesley jamming and just winning a race because he owns and bred the horse? Or does the horse need to be in for $75? I don't know. I just know everybody else is probably going to be singling the horse or going real short. If I can beat it, I want to beat it with the price horses. And I'm going to add one to the outside, number 8, Russian to Tap It. The race wasn't that good last start, but that was going long. Cuts back to 6 furlong distance. But that straight maiden race, 2 back, wasn't terrible. That was a really tough race. And, got beat 13 lengths first time out. And then, I wish the horse had a little better form, but 2 back 6, beating 16 lengths. Sammy Bermudez has a little different style than Periods. This race is loaded with speed. I think Sammy is drawn to the outside. He won't go. He'll sit back and go.
Sit back,
and if it's one of those pace meltdowns, I think this horse is going to be $1,000,000 to 1.
I just wish, and Lagunas actually rode a winner last night, right?
Yeah, I was 2 for 90 now.
Yeah, but I was happy because I needed him.
I needed him too. I didn't expect that horse to be on the front. I thought he ran better last time off the pace.
Yeah, when he went to the front, I went, what on earth? And then he just kept going. I said, I'll take it. But
if I could have ripped my phone in half, I'd have ripped my ticket up.
The question, what on earth is he going to do with the 5?
I don't know. The class drop and the breeding,
the
connections.
Put him on the lead? Unless the Wesley horse because everybody's staring at this 3 for 51 on Wesley, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody that's got a racing form, everybody that's got a DRF program or a Briz program, you're staring right at this. So.
And you're talking on debut.
The 7, Jimmy's Lifestyle, this last workout. Yeah, so, you got a Wesley Ward Firster in a good post with Machado off of just an electric work. But we all know times don't mean that much with works anymore.
Right.
I mean, how hard was the horse sent? Why is this horse in for 75? I don't understand. I mean, if this horse was that good, why are we not in 30 or straight maiden? Or, but maybe he just wants to start the weekend with a bunch of winners. I don't know. Yeah. So
he's gonna have a couple tomorrow.
He sure figures it. My best bet of the day is his horse tomorrow with the Banjo Man coming in from California. So I sure hope he wins at least one. But this long shot from the fairgrounds, that dropping in class, you know, decent post. I don't know what, I mean, this horse could run first or last, so I have to spread. I'm taking at least the 2, 4, 5, and 7, and heck, I could even go deeper than that.
Yeah, I'm using 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I threw the 2 off just because of the post position. On paper, he figures. On paper, he figures.
I can see that take a stand.
But you know, I want to spread again in the next race. In fact, I'm going to use a few horses in the next. So that takes us to race 4, 36 minutes to the opener. Race 4, a non-2, 15 to 10 claimer to go a mile. How'd you see this one?
I think 6 of the 7 horses can win.
Everybody but the 7.
Everybody but.
I agree.
The 6 has a big chance, Math Major. But I don't know what happened the last 2 starts. Yes, those races are way better than this race, but man, he didn't run a step.
No, it's a big difference from that 30 maiden win.
Yeah, and I know Wells Crother would be 1 to 9 in this race. I get it, but I just don't know. I don't know what to do with the 6. So that was my second pick. I migrated back to Witch Doctor.
I didn't want to, but I did.
But then you get Oots, who's 5%. You know, 1 for 10, but the horse is dropping. Kim Hammond's a pretty good trainer, but again, I'm with you. I think you just got to spread out in here and then hope you're alive with a single. You're going to single in the second, spread like crazy in the third and fourth. I'm spreading in the second, third, and fourth, and then I'm going to be short in the fifth. But I just think you throw these against the wall. I'm 3, 6, 1 and hope to get through with one of them, but. Hell, yeah. I'm not going to be mad if the 2 wins because I'm going to have the 2.
Right. And that horse kind of, you probably have to use it. You know, I did put the 3 Witch Doctor on top, but like I'm with you. You can use every horse in the race but the 7. And I'm actually going 5 deep in the 5th. I think you can get away with 2 or 3, but I wanted a price horse because I figure if I can get through with that 7 single, I narrowed it to a lot of, there's not many people going to.
Well, let's talk about the 2 for a second. You got. Is that January of 19?
Yes.
So you got, what, a month and a half off, comes back, rail post. Now, the rail going a mile is not as bad, but it's still no picnic.
Right.
So now he at least comes out 1 hole. Maybe he needed a couple starts. Maybe he needed to drop. I don't know. I mean, didn't run too much, but this field is not as good as the last field.
I agree.
Now, maybe Tomahawk Kitten this time doesn't have the rider fall asleep in the middle of the lane to where I broke my computer again. I've never been so upset in all my life.
I agree.
I mean, that horse was a length and a half in front with a step and a half to the wire. How did that horse get caught?
I don't know.
Well,
I thought he was home and cooled.
So
for that reason, that's why we're going to spread. So.
Yeah, because I just can't trust that horse because those last few steps, even if he's in front, he might just pack it in again.
Right.
So
and the 3, you can't rely on the 3. Now, the 3's a good horse dropping in class, and only got beat 10 lengths to Thomas Shelby. That's a great race, but that horse ran hard to do it because that horse was in trouble for a lot of the race and really keyed up to go on. And you figure running that bang-up race off a layoff, does he bounce today? I mean, he's in with his friends, but I think you got to spread. We're both in agreement here, and use everybody but the 7 is what we say if your budget allows us. That takes us to the 5th race. Dan said he has it narrowed down to 2. I'm going to use 5. We'll get to our top picks here in the 5th race. The 5th race is a 3 cents a day or non-4 to go 6.5 furlongs. In the 5th race, there are no changes. How'd you see this one?
I'm gonna take 2 shots in here. I'm gonna use the 6 and the 7, and that's all I'm gonna use. Mm-hmm. I'm against Serve the 8, and I'm against Brother Caesar. I just think they're both going to go. I think they're both going to kill each other.
Me too.
And I think it's going to set it up for a closer. The 6 is a turn back, which we love going 6.5, coming out of miles, has win 3 times, has a win at Turfway, has a good rider. This horse is going to sit back and going to blast home. And at 10 to 1, I've got to have the 6 on every ticket. And then the 7, who's my top pick, it's more just that stranger horse coming in from Laurel, Delaware. You know, I don't know if those races are better or not, but those speed numbers are just as good or better. So I think 6 to 1 is a great price. So I'm going for the 6 to 1 and the 10 to 1 in there, and I'm going to try to light it up in the pick 5. If I can just get lucky in the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th with a long shot and not catch all chalk, because I think the 8 and 9 are very, very vulnerable because there's too much speed in here.
Right. Yeah, speaking of the fifth race, the 7 you spoke of, Ripe, is my long shot play of the day. All the same reasons you said. Coming in, facing much tougher on the East Coast. Ripe gets Abel Lascano. I end up going 6, 7, and 9 in here. I'm just using the 9, on this. I'm probably going to use it in my pick 4s and 5s. I'm like you. I think the 2, 8, and 9, they're going to get into a pace battle and sets up for those 2 that you said. You're going to go 7, 6, 2. I'm going 7, 6, 9. I think the horse could stay around for a little bit. Cipriano Contreras with a hot hand at the meet. He's winning at 50%.
He's hot as a firecracker.
And he's in town today.
And he may win one tomorrow,
with that being
too.
said, he's got a couple good horses in tomorrow.
I was going to say, he's got a couple live ones.
All right, so that takes us to the 6th race. And the 6th race is a filly and mare, 2 cents a date, 6.5 claimer. And this is where we'll find FBG's best bet of the night. Tell us who it is.
Gales of November, the 6 horse here. Draw a line through this mare's last race, right?
Yeah,
Now,
the horse basically stood in the gate.
I don't know if the horse should have been declared a non-starter or not. I know they looked at it. I know the view I saw was from about 400 yards away. I needed a magnifying glass, so there was no way that I could tell. So I'm trusting that the stewards were correct to make the horse a starter. She just refused. We've all had those horses do that, dwelt, whatever you want to call it, but she just refused to run. So draw the line through that, drop from 8 to 5. If this horse comes out of the gate and nobody sees that race, 58s, 59s, 50, I mean, this horse is going to be maybe third on the outside, a length off of it. As soon as Lascano asks, gone, in my opinion.
I agree. I put her on top 2 for all the same reasons. I'm going to draw a line through it, too. And that was a solid field. And the race before, where she was beating 3 lengths to Love the Power, she runs that race, she wins this race. She runs a race before, she wins this race. She just stands out to me in here. She does own a win here locally. And after that, I end up going number 3, Winner's Expedition. She won the exact same condition last start and did it handily, stalked the pace, made a big, bold move, and was able to sustain the rally. And then number 5, Mischievous Cat, is my 3rd pick. Looks like you're in agreement.
Yeah, the only horse I'm afraid of is the 3.
Yeah.
It's the only horse I think can win this race. If the 6 would refuse again, hopefully she don't do that. But as long as she don't refuse again, the only horse I'm afraid of is the 3 running me down in the lane.
So in your pick 4s, will you add a couple in there just in case that she stands, or are you singling?
I will add the 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll take a bunch of them in the 5th because I'm only going to be 6, 7 to finish.
Right.
So I'll take a bunch of them in the 5th to protect myself, and then take the 3 and 6 because I don't think you need many in the 7th.
Well, I think you can single. There's a couple horses maybe if your budget allows. I definitely throw in because there's going to be a lot of people singling in the 7th race. It's a maiden filly and mare $7,500 race to go a mile. We'll get to that race here in just a little bit as we're going to take a little pause here as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Turfway Park. Folks, at this time, we ask that you please rise, kindly remove your caps, as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Good evening once again, Rays fans. Welcome into Turfway Park for Rockin' Friday at the track. Dollar specials tonight. Dollar dogs, dollar beers, dollar bets, and dollar sodas all night long. Folks, if you take out your racing forms and programs, we'll go over tonight's late program changes. First race kicks off the pick 5. No changes. Race 1 is clear. If you'll turn to the second race. Second race on your scorecard. Jockey change to number 6, Will and Grace. Make the rider Perry Oots. Perry Oots on number 6, Will and Grace. In the third race, scratch number 6, Colloquius. Third race, scratch number 6. No changes in the fourth. No changes in race 5. No changes in race 6. Those races are clear. If you go to the 7th, in race 7, overweight at number 5, Here's I Am, the jockey 3 pounds overweight. Scratch number 7, Jessica Princess. Number 7, Jessica Princess is out. And that takes us to the 8th race, where there are 2 changes. Scratch number 4, Miss Venezuela, and take out number 11, Miss Frankie. 8th and final, scratch numbers 4 and 11. Those are the changes at this time. Any changes coming in throughout the balance of the card, I'll get those to you as they do so. Mutual windows open, 24 minutes to race 1. Good luck. Hello, once again, race fans, the odds couple. Kicking it off here for the final 3 races on the card. As we got through the first 6 prior to the break, and we'll go ahead, or excuse me, the final 2 races. We'll look at races 7 and 8, and we'll continue to look into our picks here, and also the pick 4, late pick 4. We're going to tell you how we're going to play that as well. Race 7, we were speaking of going short here probably. Rehearsal dinner, will you be single in this horse?
No.
Okay. Who are you going to use behind her?
I'm going to use the 2, Abstain for sure.
Me too.
I'm going to have definitely the 1 and 2. And depending on how the night goes earlier, I might save a little with the 5, who's going to be about 30 or 40 to 1.
Is that surely on the class drop?
Strictly on the class drop. The blind,
I've come
straight
to know
maiden.
you a little bit here in your angles.
I was going to say,
my angles are about the same.
You figured them out. Yeah, straight maiden. I mean, how many times have we seen a straight maiden drop the claiming, showed nothing? One just won at Gulfstream earlier today.
Yeah.
Ran 10th all the way around the racetrack, broke in front and kept going, paid $50. So it happens. And this is a sprinter. Maybe the horse wakes up, maybe she makes the lead and gone. And the thing about rehearsal dinner, I mean, she's never even hit the board. So that scares me. Yeah, I know it's a big class drop, but man, she's going to be 2 to 5 or 3 to 5, and I can't have my whole late pick 4 to her. I'll have extra tickets with her, but now speaking of rehearsals, are you rehearsing anything tonight for your big birthday tomorrow?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna wing it.
Are you going to tell anybody how old you are? Or?
No, I wasn't even going to tell anybody it's my birthday, but thanks for giving me a little love there. So yeah, tomorrow, it's actually my birthday, but we're going to go ahead and have the Jeff Ruby Stakes here as well. So that's my present.
So we'll have the side party for the Ruby Stakes.
Will we?
The main parties for your birthday.
Yeah. Well, once the races are over and the tent clears out, then we'll all go. We're going to have an after party there.
There we go.
And hopefully we'll have all that pick 5 money, the pick 4 money, your 10 to 1 shot money.
And BB's loaded now.
Is he loaded?
Did he tell you the story when you walked into the room?
He bet on Highland Heights?
No. Well, I told him BB stands for Beechwood Balloon. He's taught me this new bet. Now, 40 years coming to the track, I've never bet a Grand Slam. I've never even heard of a Grand Slam. Mm-hmm. So he's got me onto this Grand Slam bet in New York. So I walk in, he goes, "You gonna play with me or not today? We're betting a Grand Slam." I said, "Just tell me who you got, I'll bet along." So he goes, "No, I need the 4th winner. Make sure you got the right." So I look real quick, the 4th leg, and I'm like, "Well, I like the 7." He says, "Well, I like the same horse. That's who I got." So I blindly take BB's 3 horses, and we hit it. So he went a couple balloons, so he's happy.
Oh, nice.
And so he was running around the room ecstatic. But it is kind of a neat bet. Nobody else has that but New York, and
No,
I
don't ever play it.
For the people that don't know what it is, and I didn't know, you got to bet. You got to have a horse hit the board in the first leg, a horse hit the board in the second leg, a horse hit the board in the third leg, and then you got to pick the winner of the 4th leg. So it is kind of fun. Yeah. We ran third, and won.
Just narrow. Well,
and we cashed. I just started laughing. I said, "BB, you're the greatest." So I wanted to give him a little bit of love. But are you going to take anybody besides rehearsal dinner? Getting back to this.
Yes, I will. I'm gonna play a couple different tickets, and there's some races I'm gonna add a lot of more horses in, and I may single along the way. But other than the 2 you spoken here, on another sheer blind bet, the 3, I'll add the 3 in here. I'll add the ones you spoke of, but I'm gonna add the 3 as well.
First Lasix,
first route. I'm gonna take a shot on a race that I think anything can happen. Like I said, I think everybody's money is gonna be on the 1.
Oh,
and I understand, I see why, but also we know how things happen here too. I think you have to back yourself up. Now, I do think you need to spread in some of them races, and that takes us to the 8th race, where I know you said you're just going to only use 2, but I think you need to. I think I want to spread because the 2 obvious horses I see in here, yes, but I'm going to add some horses. How do you see the race?
Depending on what your budget is, I think you can get through with the 1, 2, and 6. Sweet Rock 131, and I got it. I like the 2, 131 the best.
My cousin Vinny.
I do. My cousin Vinny on board, but I think the horse stretching out with her on the back, just go.
Yep.
And if she makes the lead, there's just plotter. I don't see anything that could really bother her if she just opens them up and just goes.
10-pound breaking weight going long. Horses do run for her. Now, it's going to be like a feather on her back compared to the rest of them.
Right.
And, I'm like you. I mean, she's almost 40% 1, 2, 3. Now the win percentage is about 8%. But I'm going to use the horse as well. I use it in my 3rd spot. I'm definitely using it in the pick 5. I'm going to also use Sweet Rock as always, but she's always there. She just never seems to get there. I like the 6. I got it a little bit.
Yep.
It's going to be rolling late with Miranda up top, and after there's another horse I think I used here.
Because I think if you have the 2-6, you got a heck of a chance to hit this.
And I'm going to add on the ticket that I'm going to single. I'm going to add the 9 as well, just for a price. But those are horses I'm using. I'm going to spread out big tonight, and hopefully something silly happens.
Well, the race
I want to have balloons for tomorrow.
Oh, I said the same thing. I was sitting down there. I said I win 1,000 last night while watching the UC game. I just kept betting winners. So I was like, I don't want to lose it back today because I want to have that money. It's like stolen money. I'm up $1,000 before I make a bet tomorrow. I don't want to lose it. So I was betting cautious all day today. And then I hit that little bet with BB. So I was like, well, I'm up a couple hundred more. I got free money tomorrow.
Right.
I'm going to be firing with this free money. And a couple of my big bets for sure are going to be the Wesley Ward. What's the name of it? Neverland or something like that?
12th of Neverland.
Something like that. Whatever that Neverland Wesley Ward horse is, with the Banjo Man coming in from California, will get both my hands, both my pockets, and everything else as long as he don't open 1 to 9. And then I like some like it hot brown, but I do like a long shot. So if you're
Are we going to give it out tonight, or they're going to have to tune in tomorrow? We're going to have them come back tomorrow?
Might as well for the people that can't get here.
All right.
I like Fizzy Friday a lot.
Okay. Tell us about Fizzy Friday.
Fizzy Friday is 2 for 3 life on the Pollard.
Now this is in the big race.
No, Fizzy Friday's in the 6th race, I think. 6th or 7th. It's one of those 2 races. It's one of the stakes races. She's a filly and mare. She ran her last start at Gulfstream.
Latonia stakes, right?
I believe it is, yeah. 10-1 morning line. Ignacio Correas is the trainer. She got one of the worst rides I've ever seen. I mean, ever seen in her last start. at Gulfstream, just dropped back, chopped, stopped, came around, only got beat 4 lengths. Well, then I started looking up her poly races. She's run 3 times on the poly. She's win 2 and second 1. So she loves the poly. There's not a ton in there. I mean, there is some decent horses in there, but nothing that I would get scared to death of. So I'm reading the form the other day, and I'm thinking, well, she'll be 5-2 favorite.
And you get 10-1.
I see the odds come out, my eyes lit up. I said, oh my God. So I really like that horse at 10-1.
I just looked to make sure it is the 7th race. 7th race, she's the 9 horse. And of course, it's a Latonia Filly Mare Stakes sprinting, but 7th race, 10-1. There's a multi-race bet in there.
Yeah, you got the pick 5.
Yeah.
You got the pick 4. So, I mean, there's a bunch of ways to tie her into things. Because unfortunately, when we open our mouth with 8 and 10-1 shots, they tend to get bet. But a lot of times,
we keep it real and we give them what we like.
Yeah, I'm not. A couple people say keep some in your pocket. I'm like, I don't do that. That's not what I do. It's not who I am. It's not what I do. And I'm trying to help people. That's why I volunteer here. That's why I want to do this. And, you know, if she wins and pays $6 or $16, I'm going to have her in doubles, pick 3s, pick 4s, pick 5s. So a lot of times, even though they get hammered at the window, you still get the legit price in the double or the pick 3.
Right.
So I really like Fizzy Friday tomorrow.
Fizzy Friday tomorrow, FBG's price play of the day. Jump on board, 110 post tomorrow. We still got racing tonight, though. 8 races tonight. Follow along. We have a couple of pick 4s. Head to social media. Check out Turfway Park and Fat Ball Guy Racing. They'll have their picks throughout the night. And also, you can go to fbgmobile.com, and Dan offers free picks every night right here at Turfway. Last night, he had 6 top pick winners out of the 8 races. That's where the 1,000 came from. 14 minutes to post to get your 1,000 tonight. Good luck.